So for my final project, I wanted to talk about the 1982-83 North Carolina State team. This is one of the biggest underdogs in the history of college basketball. They entered their ACC tournament with a pretty poor record. They weren't going to make the NCAA tournament. They ended up winning out the ACC tournament, getting that automatic bid, and then won all the way through to the championship, beating the number one Houston team in one of the biggest upsets in history. They won 9 straight do-or-die games where if they lost, they would be going home, and it's one of the greatest stories ever. But how does this relate back to a religious aspect? Well, there are 3 topics that I wanted to talk about. First is the team realized their gifts. One of their leaders was Derek Wittenberg, and he was a senior. And his senior year, he broke his foot and missed a good portion of the season. I think this really helped him realize his gifts. Now, what is a gifted person? I think a gifted person is an athlete who kind of takes his great talents and is able to do amazing things under duress, which is something Wittenberg did throughout this great run. And he realized those gifts throughout that run, and that's what helped him propel his team. First of all, him, but especially his team. He was able to rally his team into winning all those very close and tight games. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is their coach, Jim Valvano. I believe Coach V is one of the biggest philosopher coaches that have ever existed. What is a philosopher coach? It's someone who kind of is not just a coach, but a teacher. He teaches his players based on experience. Coach V exactly did this. He definitely exemplified what a philosopher coach is. His players talked a lot about how Coach V used to invite them over for dinner, where his wife would cook. They would all sit around the dinner table. Coach V was a family man, and to him, his team was his family. His players were his kids, and he taught them experiences. He didn't teach them, this is sports, and we need to focus on this. For him, this was a bigger, better thing than just sports. It was more about, how can I improve these kids' lives? How can I teach them life experiences that they will take throughout their life? Not just for this team and for this tournament run, but how does this relate back to real life? And he was one of the best philosopher coaches. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is how Jimmy V was a hero. Coach V, unfortunately, died due to cancer, but the most important thing he ever did with his life is he took his fame and put it towards his community, put it towards his society. He created the V Foundation, which is a wonderful, wonderful organization that helps raise money for cancer awareness and cancer research. And Coach V took his fame. He's such a great person, took his fame and made it into something better. Now, a lot of people think a hero is someone who does a great, amazing thing. But an athlete is a hero. He wins a game for his team. Coach V is a hero because he took his fame and his talents and everything that made him great and put it into his community, put it away from him and helped other people. So I believe the 1983 North Carolina State team had so many religious aspects, and it all circles around Coach Jimmy V.